Hello everyone. In this lesson, we'll be looking at a few ways of executing Python code. So the first is using a Python script. I have my hello.py file open here and it just says print hello world. If I go to command prompt and say python hello.py, enter, see we get hello world. Another thing we can do is if I just type in Python and hit enter, we actually get the Python interpreter. So you see this Python, the version number, some extra text, and then these three greater than signs. If I type in print hello world, enter, you see we get hello world. I can do calculations in here as well. So 2 plus 2 times, or 2 plus 3 times 5, see we get 17. And I'll do an if statement as well. So if 1 equals 1, print, let's just say true, and else print false. And if I hit enter, you see we got true. Now this indentation here is important. I just used the space character on my keyboard, the space key on my keyboard, but this is important so that Python understands that this line is actually a part of the if statement. If I want to get out of the interpreter now, all I have to do is just type in exit with open close parentheses, and if I hit enter, we are back to our normal command prompt. So that's another way of executing our Python code. Next, I'm going to go to start and scroll down to my Python folder, and if I open that, you see we get this idle thing here. So if I open that program up, we get something similar to command prompt but in a different color and window. So I can actually type in my Python code in this as well. So if I just say print hello world, you see we got hello world, 2 plus 2, and so on. This is a similar experience to command prompt but in a different window. What I can also do is go to file, new file, and now this is similar to VS Code. I can type in my code just like we do in VS Code, save the file as a .py file. I'll just say b.py, save. And now if I go to run up here in this window and say run module, you see the file is executed. We get b.py and hello world. So you can also use this idle program to create Python scripts and execute them directly from this window as well. And we have our script on the desktop as well. So idle is an example of an integrated development environment, or IDE, and it's basically a program that's been made to help you write Python code. Now the final method I'm going to show you is using Jupyter Lab. So if I just go to Google and type in Jupyter Lab, we get this link to jupyter.org. So I'll just select that one, and we have two programs here, Jupyter Lab and Jupyter Notebook. This is the older program and Jupyter Lab is the newer one. It just has a few more features that can be quite useful. So you can go with whichever one you like. I personally prefer Jupyter Lab, so I'll just go with that. I'll select this install Jupyter Lab button and I'll copy the pip command here. I'll go to my command prompt and paste it to install Jupyter Lab. Give it a second, and once it's done, we can use Jupyter Lab. The way we do that is in command prompt or terminal. I'm just going to say Jupyter with a Y. So Jupyter space lab, and if I hit enter, it should open up in our browser. What I can do now is under notebook here, I'll just select this Python 3, and now we get something like this. So in this code cell here, I'll just say print hello world, and if I click this play button or just hit shift enter on my keyboard, that executes the code in this cell. So you see we got hello world. The cool thing about Jupyter Lab is we have these code cells here, and I can put in any bit of Python code I like in these code cells and execute them. The main benefit of this is, let's say I have a code cell here that just imports math, and then down here I can do some calculation. Let's say a equals 2 plus 2. In a different code cell I'll say b equals a plus 2, and down here I'll say a plus equals, so that's a equals a plus 5. Okay, and if I run these, so you can see I executed the first code cell that really does not run the other code cells. So that gives me a little more control on which parts of my Python code I wish to execute. Now I'll execute the second one and the third one. So now let's just print a and b. And notice that we haven't really executed this a plus equals 5. And I'm going to come down here to this print line and execute that. And we get 4 and 6. Once again, this line here has not been executed yet, so we don't really have to go in order as well. Now what I'll do is I'll execute this a plus equals 5, and I'll execute this print line again, but let's just copy paste it down here so we can see the different values. And finally I'll execute this b equals a plus 2 again, and let's do another print, run that as well, and you can see the values. So in the first instance we got 4 and 6. That's because 2 and 2 makes a 4, and then 4 plus 2 was 6. Then we changed a to 5, and that's why we got 9 and 6. So a was 4, 4 plus 5 is 9, but b remained the same, so we got 9 and 6. And then finally we executed this line again, so that was a was 9 plus 2, you get an 11. So really this with this you can mix and match parts of Python code, and you don't have to execute it sequentially or in order. You can execute it in any order you like, which really helps with testing. In this example I have written one line per code cell, but you can actually have multiple lines per code cell. So I can do that, print b, print a, whatever, and that works fine as well. You can see. Cool. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching and happy coding.